My mom stole my identity, took out loans in my name, and told me I should be grateful. It all started in the sleepy suburbs of Cleveland, Ohio, where I grew up thinking my mom was my rock. Single parent, working 2 jobs at the local diner and a call center just to keep the lights on in our cramped 2-bedroom ranch house, the kind with peeling vinyl siding and a yard overrun by dandelions. I was a good kid, straight A's in high school, part-time gig at the mall to help with bills, dreaming of escaping to Ohio State University on a scholarship because college was my ticket out of the cycle of paycheck to paycheck living that had defined our lives since dad bailed when I was 10. Mom always said we were a team, her and me against the world, and I'd nod along, handing over my babysitting cash or whatever I scraped together, never questioning the late night sighs over stacks of envelopes marked urgent, or the way she dodged calls from unknown numbers. Fast forward to my freshman year in Columbus, 2018, when I applied for my first student loan top-up. Nothing big, just enough for books and ramen, and got hit with a denial letter that made my stomach drop. My credit score was tanked, buried under $45,000 in debt from personal loans, credit cards, even a car loan for a used Honda Civic I'd never seen. Panic set in like a Midwest winter storm. I called the credit bureau, pulled reports, and there it was. My name, my social security number, splashed across applications dating back to when I was 16, right after I'd gotten my first job and shared my details with her for tax purposes. The addresses match our old house, the signature's a sloppy mimic of mine she'd probably practiced while I was at school. Heart pounding, I drove the 2 hours home that weekend, confronting her in our cluttered kitchen over a pot of her famous chili that suddenly tasted like ash. Mom, what the hell? You stole my identity? I yelled, waving the papers like a flag of betrayal. She didn't even flinch at first, just stirred the pot slowly, her face hardening into that mix of defiance and guilt I'd seen when bill collectors knocked. Then came the flood. Tears, excuses about how the diner cut her hours after the recession hit hard, how medical bills from her bad knee piled up, how she couldn't bear to lose the house or let me see us homeless. I did it for us, sweetie, she sobbed, grabbing my arm. You were too young to understand, but those loans kept food on the table, paid for your braces, your prom dress, everything. You should be grateful. Without me sacrificing like that, you'd have nothing now. Grateful? The word exploded in my brain like fireworks gone wrong. Here I was, 19, facing a future crippled by debt I didn't rack up, while she painted herself as the martyr. I stormed out, spent the night in my beat-up Corolla, crying until dawn broke over the Ohio skyline. Reporting her felt like ripping out my own heart. Filing a police report in Cleveland, freezing my credit, disputing every charge with affidavits, swearing it wasn't me. The cops were sympathetic, but said family fraud cases rarely stuck. Mom got probation, community service, and a no-contact order I enforced for my sanity. Therapy helped unpack the mess. Narcissistic tendencies, they called it, how her love twisted into control. It took years. Side hustles as a barista, credit repair services, scholarships clawed back from the brink. By 2023, I'd graduated with a business degree, landed a job in Chicago at a marketing firm, debt mostly cleared, but scars lingering like credit alerts on my phone. Mom reached out once via a cousin, saying she was sorry but still hinting I owed her for raising me right. I blocked the number, focused on building my own life, renting a tiny apartment overlooking Lake Michigan, saving for a future untainted by her shadows. Looking back, it's a cautionary tale wrapped in Midwestern grit. Family bonds can bind too tight, turning love into theft, and sometimes gratitude means walking away to find your own path. If you're reading this, check your credit early, hug your folks, but guard your info like gold. Because in America, where dreams are built on credit scores, betrayal can come from the ones who tucked you in at night.